Everybody, how's everybody doing today? What we're planning on doing, if I can get this thing set up right, I am going to do some stitching if I can get this thing to work right, because where I'm at is right in here. Okay? And so hang on. Let me get squared away. I want to get um, my magnifier down there where I can see what I'm doing. Oop. Okay, here we go. Anyhow, what I'm working on is the one that I call Happy Town. And it's very, very colorful. And I was just in the mood to work on this one today. So, yeah, I was listening to the live with Star doing the Fun Day Sunday. Listened to her for a while. And then I decided to get off there. I was on there for a little over an hour. And she was making paper beads, is what she was doing. And so I watched for a while, talk, chit chat, that kind of stuff. And then decided to set up and do get a video out myself, get it done. So, but today is Sunday, and so I like to do stitching and stuff on Sunday. Yeah. So I just sit and work on this for a little while, and then probably later I will try to work on that fantastic cat, and I might even get it done today. I don't know. We'll see. So I hope everybody is staying safe and warm, because down here in Georgia, mostly what we've got is rain. The temperature right now is at 41 degrees, and it is raining. So we were lucky. We missed the snow this time. Unfortunately, a lot of folks out there didn't. I know up there in Kentucky, they're getting slammed pretty hard with the snow. I happen to know some followers that live up that way, and they're getting hit by the snow pretty hard. And then Ava in Manitoba, she's getting slammed. They're getting slammed up there, but that's kind of normal for them because they live, in Manitoba in Canada. So and so we were lucky. We were just outside, just a hair outside of the snow belt where it was going to snow. So we did pretty good. We missed that. At least this time, anyway, right? But it is very, very heavy. It's very overcast. And it just looks nasty out there. So I am just going to keep my happy little butt at home. Not plan on going anywhere. And just sit and stitch, I think. And then later, I'll probably try to finish, like I said, try to finish that black fantastic cat that I've got that I'm working on. But I thought we'd do some stitching today. Yep. I have to do this. I'm using a Q-snap, and it's a small one. It's a 6-inch Q-snap, which I really like, you know, and it holds everything good and tight, you know. So, mm, yeah, this is part of that set that I bought, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, a week and a half ago. And it had the 11-inch, and then it had the 8-inch, and then this little 6-inch, you know. Mm. Yeah, the girls didn't give me much rest yet last night. They were bouncing all over the place. I don't know what they were chasing. I have no idea. All I know is that they were knocking things over and making a lot of racket, and I don't know. And so, anyhow, so I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. Yeah, because I no sooner went to bed, laid down, got nice and comfortable, is when they started. And not so much fun. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ouch. I stabbed myself in the finger. Yeah, not too bad. At least I'm not bleeding, right? Yeah. I'm not going to stay on long because I haven't eaten anything today. And I'm getting just a tad hungry. Because right now it's at like 4:15 in the afternoon. So, and we've got some leftover um, chicken chicken chowder. And I think I'm going to make me a bowl of chicken chowder. Yeah. I'll stick it in the microwave and heat it up. Yep, yep, yep. Mm. Yeah, I've got Lily back on the desk with me, sleeping while I'm stitching. Yeah, that's my crafting buddy. What can I say? She likes to hang out with me while I'm, you know, diamond painting or cross stitch. It doesn't matter which for her. As long as she gets to sit and hang out with me, she don't care. So, hmm. Yeah, yeah, one of these days I'm actually going to have this thing done because I've got it like, what, about maybe 3/4 of the way done. And it's not that big, it's just mainly just sitting down and working on it. I get so busy and so distracted working on other stuff that I forget to pull this one back out and work on it. which is not surprising for me. Yeah. And so anyway, I hope you don't mind the music. I hope it's low enough where it's not too loud on the video. Come on. Yeah, it's slowly coming together. Yeah, I saw Kentucky Philly, Sherry. She was on the Fun Day Sunday in the chat, and along with a whole bunch of others. Yeah, yeah. I ordered that Red Covered Bridge by Chuck Pinson from Amazon, and it should be coming in. This is supposed to be delivered on Wednesday. So, and I got a whole bunch of people that might be interested in joining us. So we may delay starting that until like maybe the end of February, early March, maybe, depending on how many people are interested in joining us. You know, I want to give them a chance to, if they've ordered one or whatever, to have give them a chance to get it in and whatnot. So we will see, because I thought it was a good idea. And I know me and Sherry are going to work on it together. And I think, was it Joan? I think Joan was going to try to join us. And there's a couple others that's interested. So, anyhow, hopefully we can get it all collaborated together and get it all set up to where everybody can join each other and work all on the same um, painting together. What is that, a paint along? Something like that? I thought that would be kind of fun. So, mm, mm. Yeah, and that's not that big of a painting either. It's like 13-inch by 17. And the one that I ordered is a round drill rather than a square. So, make it just a little bit easier. Not that I'm getting a little bit better at the square diamonds. I'm getting better. You know. Mm. Yeah, I know I watched a few videos of that Miss Linda had put out and showing all the snow that's gotten up her way. So they've gotten quite a bit of snow up that way. And then Sherry was saying that they've got a lot of ice and stuff going on. And she's also in Kentucky. I think she's further north of I think she's further north of Miss Linda. I think. Now I may be wrong, but anyhow, so they're getting a good fair share of it. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Yeah, but the girls are they're staying in the bedroom here with me where it's warm. How we know we still on the frame, yeah. And So they don't care too much for the cold. They always like to try to find the warmest spots in the house to stay. Yep, but we're getting there. Come on. Sometimes it just don't want to cooperate sometimes. But no, I have one of these days this is gonna be done. You know, I'm still working on the butterfly my butterfly that I started. You know, and I'm slowly getting making progress on that. You know. Mm. Yeah, it was pretty cool how the star was making those beads. You know, the pins where they had the beads on it. They're made out of that paper beads. I thought it was kind of cool how she was doing that. Yeah, yeah. I'm getting low on my thread here. That's all right. Oh, come on. There we go. Sometimes it goes right where it's supposed to go, and other times not so much. Yeah, I was watching Ava on Stitching in the Interlake. Yeah, she was having some aggravating stuff going on with her work, and so I'm not exactly sure what all it was, but you can tell she's getting just a little aggravated with it. She said, "I'm about ready to throw this across the room." Sometimes that can happen. Sometimes it can, no matter what you do, you just can't seem to get it to cooperate. Best thing to do then is just put it away and move on to something else instead of working on that kind of situation. But because I know these, sometimes I get, no matter what you do, you just can't seem to get it to stitch right, or it doesn't want to cooperate, or your thread keeps knotting up, or you name it. And finally, you just get so aggravated and frustrated with it that you finally just have to put it down, kind of situation, which is not surprising. Some days just don't want to, go along with go with the flow, you might say. I'm wondering if I'm going to have enough thread to finish this one last stitch. Come on. Um, that way I don't have to. Yeah, I think I've got enough. Yeah, there we go. Last stitch. Mhm. Oh, come on. Mm. Okay, got that one done. Let me put this in here where I don't lose it. Get this other. Yeah, the color we're working on is 964, it looks like. Yeah, I had the girls, they had my, let's go back a little bit. They had my threader slung across the floor. I had my thread hanging up to where I could get to it. They had that knocked down, which is not surprising. And so, alrighty, let's get this threaded. Where I'm going is right here. Oh, come on. There we go. That way I know exactly where I want to go. There we go. Put this back on the rack here. How we doing? It looks alright. The only disadvantage of using a tripod versus one that clamps to the table, come on, is that the tripod is not as adjustable as the one on the table. So you're kind of stuck with a particular angle, which is, it's fine. As long as you can see what you're doing and you got it in frame, I guess that's all that matters. Yeah. Come on. Here we go. We're getting there. I keep bumping it. I don't mean to. Raise you up just a hair. There. Anyhow, but we're getting there little by little. I like this particular kit, except for one thing. All right, this is all you get. Okay, you don't get a booklet or the key. I guess is what it's called, the key. Separate from the canvas. So in order to find out where you're at, you gotta yank it out of there so you can look at it. But other than that, it's a nice kit. It's one of them ones from Temu, and I've had a lot of success with the ones from Temu. So Yeah, because a lot of the ones that I've got, are that I've bought from Timu. Like that one called the Colorful Cat. That one came from Timu. And then just about all of them, not all, but just about, I'd say a good half of them have come from Timu. You know, which works for me. Yeah. I'll go ahead and do it this other way. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, my daughter's out there in the living room. She's watching some movie. I don't know. She's got Netflix, and so she watches a lot of movies. So yeah. Well, I've got Paramount. I've got Prime, and I've got Tubi as to picking out movies that I want to watch. Yeah. So we're making some progress on this, a little bit anyway. Hey, Lily. She's stretching and touching me. Yeah. Thinking about going in and getting another cup of tea, I think. Yeah. Yeah, make me some Earl Grey tea, I think. Yeah. And then fix me a bowl of that. It's chicken and corn chowder. And it was pretty good last night, so I think I'm gonna we got plenty of leftovers, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and make myself some. I have that chowder and maybe a couple of slices of bread with butter on it, and a hot cup of tea. That sounds good. Yeah. Mm. I know I'm not talking a whole lot. I'm mostly concentrating on what I'm doing. So, mm, mm. But anyhow, it's slowly coming along. Yeah, my grandson, he's out gallivanting out in this weather. Right. Luckily it's not icing, it's just raining and chilly. So we looked out there, but yeah, he's traded an old Chevy pickup um, for a Ford short bed 1989 pickup. Yeah. And so he's in the process of delivering the come on. Hate it when it tangles. Process of delivering the title to the guy that he traded with. And so I hate it when it does this. Yeah. It gets all tangled up. You don't. And sometimes it just does not want to straighten itself out. There we go. Got it straight. There. And anyhow, oh, come on. So that's what he's doing today. He decided to take the day off today. It's supposed to work, but they were talking about how bad the weather was going to be and all of that. So he decided, well, he said, I'm just going to take Sunday off. And that way he doesn't have to deal with all the snow and whatnot. Which I don't blame him for that. Not at all. If you can get around having to drive in that mess, go for it. That's the way I look at it. Yeah. I think what we're going to do is we're going to finish off this one little sector right here. And then I think I'm going to wrap this up and go get something to eat. So it's not going to be a real long video. What, about 30 minutes? So it's all right. Mm. Keeps hanging up for some reason. Would you let go of it already? Dang. It's on this little charm that's on this grime guard. It's got this little charm and it keeps hanging up on the charm for some reason. Yeah. Have to do is take the grime guard off and turn it around. That way it's not hanging up on that little charm that's sitting there. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. We're almost done here. Yeah, I like listening to the music. It's quiet and peaceful. Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten where I don't even hardly listen to music that's got any lyrics to it anymore. Mostly it's just instrumental. Let go. And so it's peaceful and relaxing. All right, come on, dadgummit. You stop already. There. get to that last couple of stitches and it wants to hang up on just about everything. There we go. Got that last one finally. All right. Alrighty, we're gonna quit right there. It looks like we got a little bit done. It's not too bad. Alrighty, well listen, y'all have a good day. Stay out of the weather, stay warm, be safe. You know, God bless you. And don't forget, God loves you. All right, bye bye.